Good morning, everybody. Or good evening, depending on which side of the globe you're on. Welcome to the official Magma Clubhouse live. Excited to be doing our first one of the year, and I'm joined by Anya, who has just come out of her own stream doing a classroom this morning. How are you doing, Anya?
I'm doing good this evening.
This evening, yeah.
I had such a good time. We had such a fantastic time just hanging out and just
good.
doing portraiture.
Right, I was just about to ask what you're doing.
Yeah. I was doing portraiture, but I started with like the full body, and then we like slowly went on in further and further into the portrait. We talked a lot about like some stuff that you can do to get started. Like rudimentary stuff, like how to like make a canvas. You know what I mean?
Okay, good. Well, that's always I think valuable sometimes to go all the way back.
Oh yeah. I figured I would do that. Cybernaut, what's up, dude?
Cool. We got Cybernaut. Whoa, are we finally hosting this at a time that's appealing for some of our users? And previously, it was a bit of an awkward time. But yeah, so for those of you who are watching over on YouTube, hello, and you can join us if you'd like. If you don't want to just sit there and watch, we want you to come and draw with us. You can find all the information in the stream description below. You'll have to join the Magma Artspace first, and from there you can follow a link to the canvas, and then you can come draw with us. Our theme is travelers. We have a few canvases available, so don't worry about running out of space. Yeah, and general rules, if we need to go over them, it's not something we usually need to enforce anything, but be nice to everybody. We're all here to have a good time and just enjoy drawing together. Keep it all safe for work, of course, because we are live and we have a diverse audience. So yeah, that's more or less it. If we do ask you to shift things around or make things a bit smaller or have some particular requests, then please abide by those. And yeah, just so you know, we do sometimes share our canvases publicly as part of maybe marketing material or to let people know what we're doing. So just keep that in mind with the drawings. And that's about it. Let's have ourselves some fun. I'm thinking about doing a traveling squirrel, just because squirrels were the subject of our classroom on it was my Tuesday morning, other people's Monday. It's still getting me that some people on a different day to me. Yeah, so that's my plan. Whether it'll work is another story. I can't zoom into my reference because my mouse wheel no longer works.
What? No.
Yeah, I broke it somehow. Probably a bit too rough in the gaming. Eventually my mouse was like, I'm done with this. Go away.
That's funny.
So it gets a bit hectic. Cool.
That's silly. Oh dear.
I found a cozier game to play yesterday. Something that doesn't require any vigorous clicking and gets the heart rate up too much. Something way more relaxed called Dorf Romantic, which is a chilled out. Well, it's not quite a city builder, but a kind of like tiled landscape builder, which is quite fun. You're going to match tiles. It sort of feels like a board game, so it's quite nice. Nice. Let's see.
Question.
How was your New Year? And sorry,
is your canvas paused?
I know what happened. Sorry, my bad, my mistake. It happens.
You're good. I just thought I'd like say it and help.
That's good. It's because when I don't have it partially visible in the background, then yeah, it just freezes on the stream. So I always have to have it like sneakily just popping out off to the side. It's my multiple layers of windows on top of one another. go.
You're good.
There we
Honestly,
go. That's
you're
all.
fine. I just thought I would say it to like save you the trouble of finding out like 20 minutes later.
That would be embarrassing. Indeed. I need to give him a little head. So do you have a nice range during your stream of super beginners and more experienced users that made you go to the beginnings?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, here's what makes me go to the beginnings. Like I have students, and I realized this week, like I feel kind of cruddy for saying this, but like I feel like how out of touch I am with the beginner user experience. Like I realized some of the questions I was being asked, I was like, really? You don't know that? Like, and then I like took a step down, was like, whoa, Anya, like you started somewhere too, you know, like come on now, like take that humble pill. And it was like, yeah, I did start somewhere, and it was hard, like learning these softwares and figuring out how to get started is hard. And so to have someone be there for you and be like, hey, do this, this, and that, and the other, try it, maybe you'll like it, and then go through that experience. I think if I had that, it would have been so much easier for me when I started. But then again, like I like that I had to work so hard for it, because it's like rooted in me now. Like I have that, like I really had to, like, and when I tell you I had to work for it, I really had to work for it. Like like I had a baby when I was learning Photoshop. Like I, you know, yeah. So it was nuts. It was crazy. But I know where these people are coming from. So I was like, you know what? Like, why don't I just introduce a few tools that I use? Like, I actually talked about PureRef during my stream. Talked about a bunch of stuff. I don't remember all of it, but I know it was like, you know, again, like if I had someone telling me this stuff when I was first starting, I would have felt a lot more like at peace. So why not, you know?
Yeah, and I think also sometimes when you're figuring things out on your own, you don't realize that you might have missed like a really simple kind of step that saves you an extra bit of time or something like that, you know. Time or just like a different way to approach it. So just like still, even though you're a little way down the road, going right back to basics and seeing how someone else starts off can be really valuable. So it's cool that you do that.
Oh, thanks. I just thought about like I think today I was like, what if I did that? I don't know. I'm just really, I am so inspired by my students. Like I am so glad I started teaching. Like I was very hesitant, and then like, yeah, someone pushed me and was like, you should be doing it. And I am so inspired and happy to do it. It's so fun. Yeah.
Do you feel like you
100%.
learn, like you also learn a lot by stepping into the teacher role?
Oh yeah. 100%.
Because thinking about these more like beginner steps, the real starting off points. When I also occasionally host a little internal session with some of the Magma team. Not everyone on the Magma team is an artist, so we kind of go back and I host like a little session. We do the simple stuff, spheres and cubes and that kind of thing, playing around with some textures. But before I started hosting the classroom here, I started doing that, and I was like, wait, how the heck do I like teach what I know when I'm still feel like I'm learning a lot? So now I've got to condense some of what I do know so far and restructure it. I'm like, oh wait, that actually makes more sense to approach it like this, and like it's actually really enhanced my own knowledge, just restructuring everything in my head and trying to package it for someone else. So just like it forces me to revisit the fundamentals, which we should always be kind of doing along the way. So yeah, also I find it really valuable.
When you have to teach something, like there's a new level of, oh shoot, I have to understand it so well I have to teach it. Like what?
Yeah.
That's like, oops, I guess I didn't know it as much as I thought I did.
Yeah, for sure, right?
Visit that.
There was definitely a lot of my realization too. I was like, oh, wait, I really don't understand this thing very well. I've got to go back and just school myself first and do some tutorials and see what other people say.
Exactly.
But it's good. It's great. Keeps you challenged.
I love it. I love it though. It's become a really big passion of mine. Like so great. And then you get like questions that you never thought would be a question, and you're like, it hits you like from the left field, and you're like, you have to like really, you have to be like, okay, let me get back to you on that, and then like you're just like existentially like thinking, like, you're just like, oh my goodness, and then it helps you realize something, and then you turn around and you tell your student, right?
Yeah.
Because like we're both learning this lesson today.
Sure.
Like it's crazy.
How do I make this work?
You know what I appreciate Clubhouse for the most?
What's that?
You guys make me draw from imagination.
Yeah.
Like there's references off to my side here, but like none of them look like what I'm painting. It's just like inspired by.
Yep. Yeah, it's really difficult like to like break away from your reference sometimes. Obviously in my classroom sessions I'm typically trying to replicate the reference and trying to understand what I'm painting, but you have to also like the next discomfort zone is just using that image as a reference, like a part of it to inform what you're trying to do. And it does get difficult.
I'm trying to like solve fabric right now.
Oh.
Like I never do that. So like I'm a study gal. I do lots of studies. I like painting from observation. And like, yeah, this makes me. It's like today you're gonna paint this way. Like today.
Do you ever set up your own kind of still lifes in reference to like photograph or even paint from life digitally? You want to?
I want to. I'm getting an iPad soon.
Very
so
cool.
I want to like go plein airing and go sit on the bus and just. I don't know what I'm saying here. It's like I just want to go. It's like it's such a versatile like, hey, I could just go somewhere and paint.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Because now most of the time you're drawing from your desk, right? Or you're going out with a sketchbook still as well?
All of the time.
Okay.
All of the time. I haven't been doing very much traditional at all. Recently, like not very much at all. Which is probably like an error on my part, but I don't know where I fit it in.
For sure.
I'm doing more oil painting than sketching. Like I've been doing less graphite, more oil painting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I like the video you posted on YouTube yesterday with the time lapse of the grayscale primitive objects.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, well, I had a student who was like, I don't know how to do these. help. And I was like, hold my beer. So I was like, listen, I love teaching. I'm going to be doing this for a while. Let me just invest and start making not instructional videos, but like time-lapse videos of some of the stuff that I tell them to do, so that they not only like know, hey, I've done this too. Like I know what I'm talking about, but also, hey, look at my process and deduct for yourself like what you're missing, because I was having a hard time explaining to the student what to do because I was explaining as much as I could, and they you know, everybody has challenges, right? Everyone has their own thing that's like the most difficult, right? So I'm not judging at all, but what I'm saying is was getting to a point where I was like, how do I explain to you? And it dawned on me, like, artists are very visual. So why don't I use a visual medium like video to give a little extra information for those students that need it?
Yeah, so, makes total sense.
That's kind of where I'm going with that.
Okay. Very good.
Yeah.
Cool. Just a little reminder, if you are just tuning in over on YouTube, you're welcome to come and draw with us. Just check the stream description for all the information. It's all there. But if you are on Twitch, you'll have to let me know. I'll have to post the links manually for that. So if you want to come and draw and you're on Twitch, just drop a comment there in the chat. And I'll get right to it. Things can I add in here? It's mostly just square cases. Oh, let's see what's going on here. Oh, we got a man with a bicycle. Hey, Basil Meg Vinegar, liking that fox. Reaper Sands, hello, hello. And also looking very cool there, Anya. Nice.
Thanks. Okay. This is really so random. I don't know where this is going. The point is I'm going on a traveling journey through my own soul to figure it out.
Nice.
It.
Cool. I see you, Asha Choo Choo on YouTube. Hello, hello.
Oh, that's.
We're drawing. Yeah, cool. We're drawing travelers, and I wanted to keep it very open. The reason I thought of this was simply because I've traveled to a new location and I'm dealing with time zone issues, and yeah, but enjoying the experience. I thought, hey, let's do travelers. It's space travelers, time travelers, jungle travelers, backpackers, or whatever. Whether they're human, animal, doesn't really matter. Whoops, I keep accidentally showing this. There we go. So I wanted to keep it quite open-ended. I actually went to in South Africa, a person's 21st birthday, it tends to be quite a bash, and we would often set a theme for our birthday parties and have like a big thing. And for one of my friends, whose name is Tegan, her theme was just T, the letter T, and you had to come dressed up as something starting with T. And I went as a traveler, like backpack full and everything. So that was kind of fun. Anyway, just a little
That is awesome.
throwback there. Little throwback. Tegan was a tarantula. She had like a whole set of like arms tied like on a string. It's like four, like her arm with 3 down the side and the same on the other side. She's kind of like walking around at everybody. These big arms. It was pretty fun. Like made this full costume. It's very cool.
That's insane. And I would have definitely recoiled and ran away from her. 100%.
Not a spider fan.
No hesitation. I would have ran away from her. Thank God. Where's Anya? Oh, she was here a second ago. Where'd she go? Houdini.
No. Yeah, maybe.
I feel like I'm taking up a lot of space. Do you want me to make mine smaller? Or more people coming in?
I think we have more come in, and sure, you can go a little smaller. I think mine's also starting to get a bit bigger. I'm going to dial it down in a sec.
Yeah. So that just in case anybody else shows up and they're like,
where do I draw?
Sad about it. Yeah.
We do have extra canvases as well if people want to spread out, because it can get tricky when working on a really small canvas.
Mm-hmm. Groovy music. Okay, let me. Oh, I always do this. I open a new tab instead of like Control T my way.
It's one of those shortcuts we unfortunately can't get around. It's a kind of hard-coded one for Chrome.
Totally fine. Honestly, like it's fine. I'm about 50-50 right now. So when I'm using Magma, I open a new tab, and when I'm using Photoshop, I start a text. You know, like that's just how it works. And I'll always pick the wrong one, no matter which software I'm in.
Of course. It happens to me all the time.
Oh my goodness.
Nose. Oh, that's a bit weird.
Okay, here. Nope. Oh, maybe I'll just paint above the sketch instead of deleting the sketch. There we go. I know what I can do. There we go. Now I'm in the corner, all by myself.
Hey, sketch time. I think we got a mixed. I think most of those who are on the canvas currently have been using Magma for a little while. But if you're new, that's totally fine. Come and join us. This is open to everybody who likes to draw. Whether you're new to drawing, new to Magma, doesn't matter to us. Okay, so how to join the canvas. If you look in the stream description, there's instructions listed there. The first thing you'll have to do is click the link for the Magma Artspace. It's the first link that gets mentioned. And once you've joined and you're in the Artspace, you can either go to the Live Now tab, Live Now tab and look for the Clubhouse canvas, or you can click the next link in the description, which will bring you to the canvas directly. Well, I suppose I can mention a small change in Magma that you may or may not have noticed. Previously, when let's move to this canvas. Previously, when moving something outside of the canvas area, when you moved on to like another layer, it would automatically crop your layer. But now, if I take over my own layer here quickly, let's just draw something else. Just do this. Yeah, before, if you'd move things out, it would kind of automatically crop there. When you bring it back, you've lost that extra information. But
now doesn't.
Now it doesn't.
Look at the fancy new tools. I love it.
But if you move something out and you're like, well, I don't need any of that stuff that I've shifted out anyway, because that can lead to larger canvases, you can go to, let's move my reference, you can go to edit and then trim your layer. And then when you move things back down, it would have cut off the contents over there. Just a small thing, because we noticed people were, it would happen. You'd move stuff around your canvas and you would have shifted some of the contents off, and then it's cropped. And you're like, oh no, I didn't want that. Now we've solved that.
There you go. I love it.
Sketch time said you didn't have access. That's strange. Did you join the Artspace already? Maybe I'll just post the links directly in the chat. Might make things a little easier. Whoops. That's not what I want to do. Users. Maybe the link is expired or something. Let's see. Okay, so Artspace link. Try that link again. Oh, can you even click on that link? I don't know. Let's try like so. I'm expecting it to hyperlink, but it doesn't. And that should bring you to like a, do you want to join this Artspace kind of message? It should, in theory. Oh, hey, T-Bull, welcome to the canvas. And the other thing, I think I might have mentioned this one before, is that you can also, let's do this, push, I was working on the wrong thing the whole time. As I mentioned earlier, the trim function's here in your edit menu, but something else we can do is push your, we've got like an arrange layers function now where you can take a layer that's way down in the layer list and push it all the way to the top if you need to, especially when you're demoing something or you're starting to lose track of your layers, then you can bring your stuff forward, bring it all the way to the front. So you just right click on the layer in your layers panel, and then we've got
Do you have to be an admin for that?
I don't think so. Actually, it's possible. I don't think so, but it's possible.
Because I don't have it.
Really? On your own layer? It doesn't give you that option?
Nope.
Okay.
Admin, let's test it out.
Maybe it's a thing of admin on the canvas. That's actually a good point.
Yep.
Let's do it. Now I understand.
Aha.
Does it work? Okay, cool. Good. Yeah. I recall now, like we want to reserve that for admins because otherwise it can get chaotic. People might just push their layers to the front all the time. And
no, I want to be on top. No, I want to be.
Cool. Okay.
I appreciate that. That's really cool. That's a cool tool.
Little things. It's the little things, you know? Let's erase this now. Do that. And we're going to make mine smaller. Mattress. Oops.
When I was at Lightbox, it was funny. There was this atmosphere of like camaraderie in the sense that you could like go to a restaurant and everyone would like take out sketch pads and just start to draw. And it's kind of funny, like that's not something you can do with like your average person.
Yeah.
Like your average person will look at you like, what are you smoking? Like, do not take that sketch pad out in the middle of lunch. Like, what are you doing? And no, yeah, no joke, no work of a lie. Yeah, wrong friends, right? But like, here's one thing I like about Magma is that it feels that way all the time.
Definitely.
Like,
you get a nice
you have
little
like
compliment
these
there on
friends.
YouTube. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. It's like you have people that get you, that come here and they'll draw with you, and we're all just chilling. Like, that's so awesome.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, like, they'll describe the post Lightbox depression or whatever.
Right.
It's a thing, by the way, where they're all sad because like every day can't be like as magical at Lightbox, but really all it is that you had like people that like ride or die, they would like definitely draw with you everywhere.
Yeah.
And that's what's cool about just coming to Clubhouse or coming to like any one of these streams is you could just like hang out and draw with people. I don't know, I just had that like little mini thought and it just like made me happy, so I thought I would share.
Do you want to tell a bit about what Lightbox is, seeing as you've actually attended? I haven't been in person yet. To see Asha Choo Choo has asked about what Lightbox is.
Oh, nice. So Lightbox Expo is like a con. It's a convention, and it is one of the only conventions that is truly about art, not about games, not about comics. It's just like it's about art. So you have a few things you can go do there. There's events. There are like just there's panel. Sorry. I got flustered. My husband is in the chat being all cute. My husband is like, your art is so beautiful. Like, it's being so cute. Okay, sorry. That all of a sudden, but okay, so you have sorry. So you'll have like the art alley where there's like a whole bunch of tables and there's people like presenting their art and stuff, and you have like a different like area that's in Artist Alley where you have like a bunch of companies and they're trying to hire or like just be there to like sell whatever it is they're selling or whatnot. And then you have like demo areas where you can like go in like a different building and you'll have people like teaching all kinds of stuff, and it's so cool. One of the events was like we went with James Gurney to City Hall, and we just like it was an art mob. There was like 200 plus people at City Hall just drawing City Hall. It was the best thing ever. But you're surrounded by this love of art the entire time, and it's so you feel so seen. You feel like you're with family. Like I was never treated wrong at the expo. Like everyone was so kind and happy. So I guess what I'm saying is like it's so nice when you can like rely on like, hey, I've got basically like that environment, but like every time there's a clubhouse, right?
Yeah.
Like I went to dinner with some people who like legit, no word of a lie, they go to dinner and then they just like whip out sketchbooks. We're all like comparing which pencils and pens we have, like the biggest art geeks there ever were. We're trying each other's pencils out. We're swapping sketchbooks to leave sketches in each other's sketchbooks as memories. Like, how sweet is that? That is the best thing ever. And with these canvases, they are our sketchbooks. We share them. We can go see them in, 2 weeks. It's the same thing, right? I don't know. I just had that like little, I had that thought,
Very cool.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I kind of miss about traveling quite a bit. Is just not being able to connect in person with other artists. But granted, even while I was still back home in South Africa, I was kind of like withdrawing a lot more. But yeah, while on the road, like I was like, I do kind of like miss that. But then the clubhouse is kind of that regular dose of like hang out with people, just draw because it's fun and you can do whatever you want. But then at the same time, learning a bit together by joining in the clubhouse. I mean, in the classroom. So it does satisfy a little bit of that little missing itch.
Yeah.
I mean, even when Lightbox was all online and Magma sort of made it splash, and I think where a lot of people became aware of Magma. That's where I became aware of Magma. Even though the event was all online, afterwards I still kind of like bleak that it was all over, because it was so cool just hang out with people on the canvas and listening to all these panel discussions and watching your favorite artists draw on a canvas together. That's what really blew my mind. It's like, what the hell we got? Like,
that is sick.
Kim Jung-gi and Carlo Ortiz, and like, what is going on? This is amazing. Like on the same canvas. It was just nuts. It was nuts. So that's what really took me. And now here I am drawing on the canvas with all of you. Yay.
Don't worry, I'll have to make myself a big name just so you can
Ash Choo Choo would love that. One of these days I also love to get over to Lightbox. It happens in Pasadena, California. So if ever you're
Usually
in.
at the time around Halloween.
Oh.
A little before or during, you know? Somewhere around there.
Around there.
Man, I am not sure how I'm going to solve this. It's a bit too random.
I guess you should kind of try to add some color at some point in this thing.
Are you still on black and white? Oh my gosh.
I'm still like sketching.
Yours is so good. What? That's
it's really
so
slow.
Cute. That backpack.
I don't know what to do on the
definitely
staff.
Crush him.
Crush him with love. What is that?
No, it would crush him.
Oh, it would. I thought you would crush him because he was cute. Oh well.
No. It would.
What is that one character? I forget her name every time. From Animaniacs, there was oh yes, please, more coffee. There's this girl who just loves animals and like would squeeze them so their eyes are like. What is it? Elmira. Yeah, I think that was it. That sounds about right. Anyway. I don't know what to do with the staff on this guy yet. His walking stick.
I think I'm gonna make my person just like a traveling magical elf person because I don't know how to tie my thing in with.
Well, that works.
My references. I think my references make sense for this, but the drawing I'm drawing doesn't. So I'm trying to like make it work. We're gonna make it work. Let's go.
Sneak in a backpack or something there. They're just like popping out behind the side, like roll up mat or something.
Yeah, I want to do something that's like different. I think that's something I push a lot with my Fablesmiths when we're doing paint-a-thons. It's like I really want to like there's nothing wrong with doing exactly the prompt. But I like to push it like how outside of the box can you make it without breaking it? And I think I'm breaking it right now, so I have to try to like dial it in.
But T-Ball's got an interesting suggestion there.
What
elf coming out of a portal.
I could do that, maybe. Not sure how good of a portal I can make, but I will try. What if like the white that is all around him, like that's a portal? You know, I can make it work. Hold on, let me shape that. I don't think it'll read as a portal though, because no one has white portals. Like, come on now. This is very reminiscent of what I painted on Jonathan's stream. Classroom. Because I was trying to put a portal in to the scene. And it didn't work out, so I like erased it. But it's just funny that somebody else was like, you should make a portal. Like,
Maybe they saw that and they just bring the challenge back.
Maybe. Who is it? Wait, hold on. Double checking.
People,
I don't think they were there, but I could be wrong. There were so many people. Either way, that's cool.
I like that there were so many people. That's what I like to hear.
Oh yeah.
I'm bummed that I missed it because, like, as it was starting, I was like, I have got to get some sleep.
You're good. You're in such a difficult, like, situation. Like, traveling this much, having to adjust your schedule. Like, no grief. You're good.
Do what you got to do.
Oh yeah, yeah. I hope that is at least a minimal portal for you. Well, that's perfect because he doesn't have a rest of his body, so he can just be like coming out of there.
Oh, that's a great idea. Yeah.
Maybe I can actually like cut part of him. Hold on. Some of him, like, what if I made the portal come out like this? He's like partially in it.
Yeah. I like this.
And I can make his clothes kind of magically whisked into the like that. Okay, T-Bull. What is his name? T-Bull? You the man. You the man.
Bend this around.
This is much cooler this way too. Like, thanks, dude. This image is much easier to make work. I could just make happy excuses of like broken physics and you know. oh, hold on. I got the what's that him? Travelers. There we go.
Oh, Happy Sharky. You got it. I see. Cool.
Yeah. I figured I'd get that. I can like make his skin meld into it too. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is fun now. Not that I wasn't having fun, but you know.
Asha Choo Choo asking if there's going to be a smudge tool in Magma. One of our most highly requested tools is a blending or smudge tool, and we are busy investigating a blending tool. We're looking into it. Don't worry. It's
interesting.
On the horizon, like way over there, but we're working on it.
Way over there, he says. That's
I don't want to like.
I love it. Promise. I don't want to promise
anything.
There. Yeah.
So, it'll come.
Guys, or he's misleading us and we're gonna have it next week and he just doesn't want to tell us because it's secret company information. Do not be discouraged, folks.
That's not a bad idea for next time, though.
Yeah.
I
have to apologize to you, Ryan. I'm in full like evening mode. Chill out.
You don't need to apologize. There's no need to talk. I think I tend to go quiet during the streams as well, because I work so slow when I'm talking. I'm unfortunately lack Jonathan's superpower of being able to.
He just does not stop talking. He just goes like 50 miles an hour and just continues. What I mean is, it's not that I wasn't trying to say that I'm being quiet. I was just trying to say, like, you know, when you're like getting tired in the evening and you get kind of funny.
Oh, right. Okay. I see. My bad.
It's not a danger yet, but
Yes.
yeah. It's just I'm pleasantly relaxed, which is great. Great. You guys are great to hang out with.
I'm really liking starting off the morning like this as well. Usually the streams would be at night for me as well, where it's like the end of the workday, like been grafting, and I'm just like getting tired, which is also a good way to end the day. But yeah, sometimes it's like, okay, I want to go and like just sit on the couch or go for an evening stroll or whatever. Hey, Nexus, welcome. But I find like starting in the morning as well, like get up and like, okay, cool, grab some references, just start drawing something. It's also a good exercise, I would say.
It's so like cathartic, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Brush off. Oh, thank you.
You know what? I have painted so many portraits in the past few weeks. I'm painting a portrait today. It's just like, yep, there's shadow right here.
Well, that's good. It's all just starting to
This is fun
come
now.
to you now.
It's mysterious. Totally not an excuse not to draw a face. No, but seriously, I think it's like more fun this way, like genuinely. Like I think if I did a face, it might take away from some of the body language that I'm trying to put.
Okay. Yeah, works. TPT asking, isn't it a bit late for a clubhouse? New time slot. This will be our time slot for the next 6 months, while I am in Southeast Asia. It's what works for now. And then from June, we'll probably shift back to our previous time slot. Once I'm back in Georgia. And yeah, I'm also just curious about this time slot to see if we see a little change in participation, because before a lot of people might have been at work or at school, varsity, busy with classes, can't really attend. Whereas in this time slot, maybe it's better, but then at the same time, people might be eating, spending time with family. There's always things to do.
Yeah. This is cool. I like this time slot. I'm not gonna lie.
Good stuff. Okay. Where are we at for time? Okay, almost an hour, and I'm still sketching. I mean, come on, Ron. Let's change it up. Got a new layer here. Really start inking. Doesn't have to be color, but we can ink it. I want a color. Yes, I want a color.
Are you arguing with yourself?
Yes. This happens a lot.
Do you need me to hype you? Do you need me to hype you up?
Let's go. I got this. I got myself in a corner.
Okay. Let's go. In a corner.
Got me right where I want me. It's a little bit lighter. Okay. We have a blue squirrel. TBT, you might, now that you're here, you remind me of your cherry blossom tree from one of our previous classrooms. And I'm going to be going to Japan for cherry blossom season, and I think that'd be a good time to have a themed thing around sakura. I think we'll do that for maybe for classroom and clubhouse. I think it could be cool. Tis the season. I saw the first announcement or blossom schedule has come out. The predictions for Japan, when and where things will be, or where and which dates you can expect the cherry blossoms to be in full bloom. So, yeah, pretty excited. Nice. Yeah. Lighter.
Note to self: am more creative at this time of day.
Yeah, it takes time to learn those things about yourself. Yeah. It's really interesting once it like dawns on you. Like, wait a minute, there's a pattern here. Like, I tend to work better at night, or I tend to work better first thing in the morning, or
it's like everything's like super boring. Oh, I'm sorry, I cut you off.
No, all good. Carry on your thoughts. I will come back to it.
Everything that's like more boring or more like annoying to get to, or more like executional, like very like, okay, I have to do chores, I have to do this meeting, I have to do that meeting, morning. But I'm noticing that I'm doing a lot more like creative strokes and creative ideas in the evening, whereas during the day when I'm always doing art, it's very much the version of me that is like duty bound. Like, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm making sure that I get all these studies in. This is interesting. I don't think I've ever made something like this.
Do you find that maybe with the evening being a bit better and you have a lot more responsibilities throughout the day, that like once you've ticked all that off of your list, that at night you're a bit more relaxed and able to go into more creative work without that distraction of like, oh, I have to do this, I have to do that, like I didn't get around to this?
I think it's more like you're closer to your subconscious. Like, you're closer to dreamland. If that makes any sense. You're like, you're like, okay, it's bedtime soon, I'm tired, you know, like I usually go to bed in like half an hour. So it's like I think just genuinely I'm just easier to approach that kind of headspace when it's closer to bedtime, if that makes sense.
Yeah. No, that's really interesting.
But you've got good points. Got really good points as to why that would be. Yeah.
TBT. Speaking of hydration, make sure all y'all that are drawing have a sip of water every now and then. Maybe a little stretch even.
Ooh, good idea.
I tried to throw those reminders in, and sometimes somebody else reminds me instead. So thanks for that.
Oh my gosh, I'm constantly the mom on the team of the Fablesmiths, telling everyone to drink and stretch. So I really appreciate it when somebody else tells me.
For sure. Yeah. These bags can also maybe be brown. This big truck. I'm seeing just a few new viewers there on YouTube. If you guys want to come along and draw, just wait, put the reminder out just in case you're not sure. You're very welcome to come and draw with us. Everyone's welcome to come and hang out. This is just a casual thing. There's no expectation for, super fancy drawings, masterpieces, anything like that. It's just have fun, chill out, draw because we love drawing. And all the information is in the stream description. So you'll have to first join the Magma Artspace. You may potentially need to scroll up in the chat to just grab a different link that I shared. If you have trouble accessing it, or just let me know. But you'll have to join the Magma Artspace first and then follow the link to the canvas. And then draw away. We're drawing travelers. Travelers can be, it's pretty open-ended. It's pretty open-ended. You can interpret that how you like. It could be a time traveler, or it could be a squirrel that's just tired of here. Pardon?
Weird portal lady.
Could be a weird portal lady. Maybe she's interdimensional post lady, and she's on her way to deliver some posts to the next dimension.
I love how mundane you made that. Actually, like, I love how mundane you went into it. Like, that's hilarious.
Nobody thinks about the postman. Here we got Klondike here as well.
Actually, I love my postman. His name is Dan.
Yeah.
He brought me, so I was subscribed to the Year of Sanderson, which is like a really cool Kickstarter that happened for this past year of 2023. And so I got a package each month from the Year of Sanderson, and Dan the postman is the man. He would I live in like a ghetto neighborhood, right? So he would like hide my package, and like if he saw me, he was like, "Hey," he was so cool. He was so chill. I care about my postman, dude. He's my hero.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, it's stressful. Like with these Kickstarter packages, you want to make sure that stuff arrives. So take care of your postman. Make sure you get your parcels.
Yeah.
It used to stress me out so much. South Africa is not known to have a good postal system, and that's putting it quite lightly.
So, I don't know about this. Please elaborate.
You try and send a postcard just to another city, you'll be lucky if it arrives. So with Kickstarters, it's like, is the thing even going to clear customs? Because hear stories about big backlogs and stuff just never making it to people. Like, I'm gonna have to skip this one. And I've had parcels go missing in the mail, and then I had to request or just let the sender know, like, this didn't arrive, man. And they've been kind enough to send another one, which did arrive. I'm still a little bit bitter about this, but I won like a little collectible figure of someone had done like a custom figure of Pebbles from the Flintstones, and it was like an Instagram contest. I was like, oh yeah, super cool. And the person posted it, and it never arrived, or at least I thought it didn't, until I went to go collect another parcel. Went to the post office, or it's like a private post office type of thing where you have a box that we subscribe to, and I see that, wait a minute, there was an item here that wasn't collected. I didn't get notified about. And I asked about it, like, oh no, it looks like that got destroyed because it wasn't collected. It's like, what? I'm assuming it was that. I'm assuming it was that parcel. Like, nobody sent a notification to tell me that there was a parcel to collect. Like, do you expect me to come here like every second day just to check if there's something? So yeah, maybe that's not a comment on the national postal system, but a bit of an issue with that private company. I'm like, oh, you bastards. But anyway, now when I'm traveling, like, can I order stuff? Maybe I can. Maybe I can support that Kickstarter. Yeah. So I'm quite selective when I decide to get something off Kickstarter. If I can't get it like in the store or like an online shop in the place where I'm at, then I'm quite reluctant. Until I'm going to be somewhere like long term, and I know it's okay if things take a little longer. But anyway, I did get a really cool one not too long ago. But you start using your friends. Trying to see how much your friends love you. Like, are you guys over there in that country willing to help me by receiving this parcel? It's a shame. So I inconvenience some of my friends, asking them if they can collect something for me.
So funny.
So my good friend Jean-Marc in Czech Republic collected one of my latest
Shout out to Jean-Marc. Let's go.
Shout out FTP. So the Kickstarter was from an artist who wasn't in my hometown for a while. He's now in New Zealand, called Rob Foote, and his project was called Samples from the Lab, and he's done these combinations of a lot of like wordplay. So one of the things is like dandelion, and he would combine a lion and a dandelion and have this like cool thing. But he's put together this whole book as though he's a mad scientist and experimenting and doing all these different things. That's why it's called Samples from the Lab. And even himself, he's done like a self-portrait as a human being, and it's like this is like bean with like his face on it, like this little baby thing. It was quite amusing. It's such a cool book. I was stoked to finally get it. Anyway.
Awesome.
Yeah, good times. Kickstarter's great. I love artists who do Kickstarters. I've got a couple of Derek Laufman's books from Kickstarter where it's done.
Wait, I
comics.
did a Kickstarter.
You did? When?
I almost forgot. Oh, 2 of my pieces last year. I just did a Kickstarter and it was fine, but I didn't get many sales. I just got enough to like not fail, you know.
Oh, good. I mean, that's thing. As long as it was a success, it's still a successful project, right?
Kind of. But it got me noticed. People were like, "Oh, you're so cool. You're doing a Kickstarter." But like, really, at the time, like I was barely known at all. And I was just like, "Hey guys, I did this thing," and then some people actually bought it, and I was like, "Oh, thank you."
That's awesome.
I like wrote them handwritten letters in everyone who bought my Kickstarter because it was all of like 6 people. And then a few of them like didn't want anything, they just donated. So what I did is I tracked them down at Lightbox in person and gave them my pieces. That's great. Hi Phoenix Wright over there in the channel, on the YouTube channel. Welcome. Yeah, no, that's super cool. What did you do for your Kickstarter? What pieces were these? There were 2 pieces. There was the one called The Wound, and the other was called Lament of War. Okay. And they're pretty cool pieces. They're okay. But like shortly after I got into my mentorship with Jonathan, and my art went from like, oh, that's good, to much better. So I'm like really excited. I'm going to be making original pieces this year because I haven't made original pieces since the Kickstarter.
Okay.
Other than this right here that I'm making right now. It's not an official piece, but yeah, no, I'm really excited.
That's cool. But then those people like also invested in that growth, you know, they showed a lot of support.
People
like,
have seen me. Yeah, it's really cool to see like people who have known me for a while, like write me. Like just today, one of my friends was like, wrote me like the sweetest thing. She was just like, what did she say? She asked me how my classroom went, and then she was like saying that she really wished she could have been there to support me. And then she said I'm very inspirational. And she was like, especially someone who was thinking creating like something new in their life was impossible. Like she looks at me and is like, oh, I think, it's possible. And that's so sweet. Like,
that's cool.
And I get these actually fairly often, which is like the cutest thing ever. Like it warms my heart every time. Like I think people underestimate like how much that stuff just keeps me going. Like it is so nice. However, I don't know what this is, but there's a little cartoon at the bottom of my portal, and it seems to be the one making all the smoke. Come see that.
Right.
Is that? That is so cute.
Okay, I'm gonna zoom in the hilarious. Who did that? That's amazing. I'm gonna zoom in on the stream canvas here.
Please do.
A little smoke
so
gun.
Cute.
Or smoke portal gun. Love it.
So good. Oh man, I spotted that and I was just like, I cannot not shout it out because it's so good. Oh man.
Yeah. Ash as well. There's one on yours. Let's have a look on the map.
Wait, what?
Oh, this here hanging on the edge of the map.
That's hilarious. Whoever's doing that, like, that's awesome.
I love that. Like that's some fun collaboration going on. I dig it.
That's what I mean. Like, you just hang out with people and they do the funniest darn things, and then it's like, it's the best thing. It's just great. I don't know how else to say it.
It is. Put this fan on. Ooh. Air conditioning might be one of man's best inventions.
Right? I mean, I don't know if I'd put it on right now because it's freezing in Canada, but
And this is why, like, I know some people have different opinions about drawing gloves, but for me, like going into warmer climates, it's a must. I find things moving smoothly.
why in a warmer climate?
Just because it gets really humid and like the hand gets a bit sweaty, I suppose. Can stick a bit.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
Cody Huddleston, hello, welcome to the stream. Cybernaut, I've got a casserole to eat. Bye.
Best excuse to leave ever.
Let's see. It's a bit darker, I think. Yes. Nexus. Is that so? So we believe.
Yeah, they hang out a lot. They definitely do.
Yeah, Cybernaut and Nexus were the top winners of the recent UG contest together with Magma for their awesome Ghibli inspired piece, Christmas piece. Loved it. It was cool to see kind of thinking behind it as well. So if you guys haven't seen it, head on over to the UG channel, and you can see theirs and some of the other winners as well. Very cool stuff. There was some amazing work that got submitted for that. Really, it was so difficult to kind of rank them. But
were you part of the judge panel?
I was. The first time doing something like that, and we had a very limited
catch
time.
that.
But it was great.
Oh my goodness. That's awesome. Good for you, dude. That sounds fun. Must have been hard though.
Yeah, no, like
I was gonna say.
I feel bad for judges, you know, when they're gonna look at all this awesome work. Yeah, it's always difficult. Because I was like, all the judges always say that kind of thing, that it was so difficult to choose. They're just being polite. Meanwhile, actually, 100% truth. It's really difficult.
There you go. And I'm looking around right now. This is so cool, guys.
Yeah, we got some cool stuff on the canvas.
So interesting. The little fox. I love the like multicolored stuff he's wearing. It's so nice. I love that Cybernaut felt the need to make sure that everyone knew like Cybernaut made this. I think he's so funny. That's pretty good though.
That's very good, yeah. Shifting away from the still lifes into a lot of portraits. It's been cool to see you posted a lot.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's part of my expressive portrait study group. We've been doing a ton of them, and he's really putting in the mileage.
It's visible. It's visible.
Mm-hmm.
Those guys are multiplying. So yeah, you guys know the drill. If you're just tuning in and you want to come and draw with us, the links are all in the description. Add your bit to the canvas.
Aww.
Bigger. Part of why it takes so long sometimes is I use such a small brush. I mean, come on. Bigger, otherwise you're never going to cover any ground.
Someone's helping you though.
I see. Hey, Condas. Welcome. Adding someone coming out of the pot. I'll have another space for something to be added in a moment. I was thinking on top, right at the top here, it's going to be. As a kid, I used to have one of these. See, I can maybe draw it out. It was this kind of shape, where it was a little bug house of sorts, and you could catch bugs, and it had this mesh all the way over. You can kind of look inside and put leaves in, and like make a little house for them and everything. Yeah. Yep. So I was thinking of something kind of like that, right on top.
That's so cute.
I love that thing. It was great. For you as a child, was keeping silkworms ever a thing?
No.
Okay, so for us, we used to, like just having silkworms in a shoebox was just kind of like a thing. You kind of go to school and you'd like look after your silkworms, and you'd sometimes trade leaves So one of your friends has got a mulberry tree. That was usually the best if you can get. If you can be friends with someone who's got a mulberry tree, then you're sorted as a.
You're the cool kid. Yeah.
Yeah. Because then the colors of the
Pokemon
food
cards,
often
but you trade leaves.
exactly. And then as
So
like if you
cute.
get multiplying, then you could share some over, and then they would end up making their cocoons inside your box before turning into moths.
Wow.
Yeah, or moths, but fun.
No.
That was fun. Good times. Life was so much simpler as a kid. Of course, obviously.
It was.
Brush. Oh.
Man, I remember I used to take my bike like down like I think 3 blocks from my house. There was this restaurant and it had like windows all on its back wall facing where a dam was, and at the top there was kind of like a waterfall-esque kind of a thing, but it made that rushing sound of water. So I would take my bike down there and I would just like sit on the grating, leaning up against kind of the fencing, like on the actual dam.
Wow. Oh,
and I would just sit there forever, and sometimes I'd bring a sketchbook. I would just go home and they'd be like, man, that was a long bike ride. And I'd be like, and then I'd just like go to my room. They never knew. I don't think they ever knew. I would just like go chill by the waterfall.
This is your little private space. You can go be alone.
No one ever bothered me. Like no one. It was totally fine. Like nowadays, if you did that, they'd be like, get off, child. Like you're gonna fall in there and die. But I think kids aren't as dumb as we think they are. Like I wasn't gonna fall in there. I was very careful. Like I knew the danger. And I was like, I don't feel like dying today. No, thank you. Oh dear.
I miss climbing trees. That's something else.
Oh, that's fun too.
Getting nostalgic here about childhood stuff.
This episode is turning into like old people think about their childhood.
Yeah. What's a tree? What is that? Something on Stardew Valley? I don't know.
It's a mystical thing that used to happen when there was. Oh my goodness! I could tell my child I was alive when there were pennies.
Aha!
We don't have pennies in Canada anymore. So.
It's one way to kind of date yourself. You start listing those things.
Yep. Oh man, I remember keeping this big bucket full of pennies when they went out because I was like, they're gonna be worth something someday. I don't know where that bucket went. I think I eventually got rid of it, but you know.
Yeah, alive when people still went outside. Yeah. For fun.
Oh, that is so intense. All right, well, Ryan, I'm very sorry. I think I have to go to bed now.
Totally chilled. Where are we at? Almost an hour and a half. Good stuff. I'm glad you could join us, Anya. Instead of me just not only talking to myself through the stream.
I hope you don't mind. I do have to go. But you have a wonderful day, and everyone, thank you for showing up and for having a good time. I know I did. So, all right,
cool.
Bye, guys.
Cheers, Anya. Bye. Oh, nice. Yeah, I know it's getting a little late in the evening for some of you. Thanks for being here. Let's see. Yeah, all this Childhood nostalgia. It's one of the reasons I still haven't parted with my BMX. I used to spend a lot of time on just rolling through the neighborhoods, getting away from things. Almost ended our stream by accident. It's hilarious. Amazing. Oops. Wrong buttons, wrong tabs. Oh. What am I going to do when I have like a 3-monitor setup? I have all these screens and tabs spread out everywhere. It's going to be a lot of confusion. How do I make this look? This is going to be darker. Shit, slightly cooler. Ba-ba-bum. Cheers, TBT. Thanks for joining. Go eat some real food. Okay, I can turn this off now. I suppose it can be kind of gray. So let's see here quickly. I realized what I didn't do in the last stream last year was share what we'd actually done. I want to quickly jump back, put on screen one of our last Clubhouse canvases. See if I can find it. December it was. Copy drawing link. Festive Free Flow it was called. That was our theme. And we had a lot of fun stuff here. With a dark center going on. And some festive dinos. Very cool. That was Andy's doing. Who was this again? I forget who was drawing this. It was Alejandro, of course. And we had a few canvases this time for it. We Got Widowmaker from Overwatch. It's very cute. So yeah, fun stuff. I always try to remember to share the previous canvas at the beginning of the next stream. So this is why I say that even though the stream might end, feel free to keep drawing. If you're catching this later, you can still spend some time, add your piece, and it'll be a nice little surprise for us when we show the canvas during the next stream. I suppose we need a little change in music. Hey, this has been going on for a while. What else have we got? What else do we have? Fantasy Hop. Oops, camera stopped. Whoa, T-Ball. Really late for you there. Thank you so much for joining, staying up and hanging out with us. Really appreciate it. I think we might sort of end the stream a little earlier as well. I have a lot of tasks I need to get onto. So I'll just draw for a few more minutes. Maybe I can get some line work in here. Let's handle this. Hopefully I can come back to this fellow on the weekend, add a little more, take it a bit further because it's a long way from anything. It was fun to do anyway, but it has a long way to go. Although I might end up just being here at this rate. Okay. My tablet stand keeps, the rubbers have come off underneath, so it keeps sliding around. Quite a slippery, smooth surface table here, so it keeps shifting as I apply a bit of pressure, and then my line goes grrr. That does make sense now, doesn't it? Over here, there's got to be a bit more tension here. Yeah. I mean, it's more of a rat currently. It's meant to be a squirrel. This bushy tail. Alrighty, we're almost at the 2-hour mark. I think I'm going to call it for now. Thank you all very much for coming through. This was a lot of fun. I think our first one for the year was great, and I'm looking forward to next week. If you guys have ideas for themes that you'd like us to do in the Clubhouse, then be sure to drop them in the what's it called? Discord on our Clubhouse channel. You can just put suggestions there if there's things that you want to do, and we'll try plan ahead and let's say like 1 to 2 months at a time with different themes. So yeah, we'd love to get some input from you guys rather than me being Clubhouse dictator, theme dictator, and always coming up with them. So yeah, thank you very much, everybody. I will chat to you all very soon. We'll do a classroom again on Monday. The subject is pending. And this will be our usual time slot for the Clubhouse for the next number of months, until probably the end of May. So yeah, and we will also have the occasional Saturday stream, which we'll let you know about again in the Clubhouse Discord channel. So yeah, thanks again, everybody. Wait, let me like scan around the canvas here before I go away. Let's just show the canvas on the stream here. We've got some awesome stuff here by Cybernaut. I like this little guy sitting on the handlebars. Nice work, whoever did that. Basil McVinegar, super cool traveling fox. Love the outfit, and the little character to match on the tail, the same headwear. I love it. It's cool seeing these things. Very, very cool stuff here. Wow. And of course, the raccoon logo on the bag from Nexus. Who was working on this character? I didn't see the avatar fly past me. Oh, this was Ash. Very cool. Very cool. Just getting a bit annoyed with this map. Like, am I going in the right direction? I dig it. Oh, space traveler. I love this space traveler, but it's got the stick and the sort of like wrapped up cloth with clothing. Very cool. And of course, we had Anya's piece coming through the portal. Dig it. Yeah, we got this cute little character as well. Also looks like it could be coming through a portal, perhaps. Good little mushrooms. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. Thanks, everybody. Whoops. Start hiding random things in the canvas. Where's my outro stuff? Thank you again for joining, and I'll chat you guys soon. See you over on Discord.